And we are back. Interesting performance there by Yande. Loved it. Hey, now we're moving over to an interesting conversation, another interesting conversation with Henry Obidi. He is a man of many talents. He's a director, author, lecturer, filmmaker, and the founder of the Generation Next Edutainment, where he mentors and empowers young people. You are welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Such a pleasure having you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I mean, you've been on this journey for 33 years.
Okay,
Talk
yes.
to us about, so far how it's been for you, having to transverse through different sectors. You mean from education to entertainment, to, humanitarian. Just keep, having fun. Talk to us about how the experience so far has been.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful journey so far. I remember, like yesterday, when I came to Lagos in 1989, and then saw how the journey went, my educational experience as a person, and then the growth process. What I did that actually made me transcend from one industry to the other is taking the hitches that I have faced in life, as a yardstick to create something to help those who are going to face that same, goes through that same experience that I had. So for the education aspect, of course, I didn't get the best of education at an early age, and then first I decided to write a book, Oral English Made Simple. And it did so well. It's still doing well.
Oral English Made Simple. The irony of that is when you came into Lagos, you couldn't read or write either. And here you are authoring a book that is actually impacting on lives or in the lives of people who do not know how to read either or speak good English.
Yes, and that's because I believe that everything that you have in life that seemed to be a deficiency was put there for you to overcome and then help others. So there's no problem that comes to a man that a man does not have the innate ability to overcome and then help other people overcome. So for me, when I see issues or problems, even in people's lives, I begin to say, okay, this could be an area of your personal calling. This could be an area which you could overcome and then help others. So that was it.
Okay, great. Let's talk about you as a film director and filmmaker. How has that journey been? You've directed over 200 movies. That's quite a lot. You have been working hard, Mr. Doctor. It's quite a lot. And, talk to us about, how it's been so far for you, the industry, the Nollywood industry.
Yeah.
You started from, from not the inception, but at least you started from when the industry was still trying to get, gain its feet to where it is right now.
Yeah.
And where do you think it will be in the next 5 to 10 years as a filmmaker?
Yes, from the perception of a film director, I started off as an executive producer. So I got my directorial training, then came back to the country and then mixed up and looked for one of the best directors we have. And then I personally now trained again under him. Between that time and now, there's been a lot of changes in the industry, of course. Technically, we have changed. We have metamorphosized into something that is better. You see, before, or as at the time we started, I didn't start the industry. I would look at myself as one of the young ones in the industry as well. But then I have worked and served for so many years under those who started the industry directly. And I still work and serve a lot of them. And all of this time, there is a total difference. Then it was just about the passion. Then it was just about, okay, I've got the talent, I can do everything. We make money in other places, we put into the industry and all of that. The passion was genuine, the passion was real. But now it's totally enterprised. Now we are beginning to look at the film industry from a different perspective. First, the psychological perspective. We have come to the realization of the fact that you don't make movies because you just want to make movies. You make movies to change a particular trend or change a particular behavior. And that's why I went to study further on neurocinematics, which is the use of creative arts, the use of the audiovisual to channel the perception, the point of view of individuals. It means that what you're wearing today, which is very beautiful, and I've admired it from the first instance I saw it, is based on a picture you may have seen over time, and it may have pervaded your mind unconsciously, and then it builds your trend, it builds who you are, and that simply says that with movies we can change narratives, with movies we can change the point of view of people, with movies we can actually create a new normal that people can flow with. So
let's talk. I've seen a couple of your movies here now. Let's talk about your genre of the kind of movies that you make. I mean, from going through your journey and where when we used to package movies in VCDs, DVDs, cassettes, then VCDs and DVDs. And now we see that trend eroding, right? And now we are getting into the space where, there's a lot of streaming platforms that have come in.
Yes.
Is there still a future for that genre, that particular genre of movies that you make?
Of course, there's a future for every genre of films. The thing is, as long as it's motion picture, there is always a group of people that is willing to work with you, and not just work with you, also buy and appreciate what you do. I'm
also referring to its marketability in this regard.
The market is segmented.
Okay.
The market is grossly segmented. You have people who would not watch anything but a particular streaming platform. I would not want to mention names.
Yeah.
And then you have a particular group of people that would not want to watch a particular, thing. Somebody told me that, okay, why don't we just focus on this aspect of film production? For me, I do all genres, in the terms that you express it. But for me, I would call it segmentation. So I do all segmentation, the high segmentation, I do the regular segmentation. So I just mix it up in order to meet up with all the to enjoy the bigger market share and all of that. So I've realized over the years and through research that when we celebrate a certain level or segment of film marketing, we ignore certain level of film marketing. And you do not even know that that area you are ignoring is actually the area that a lot of people are cashing out on a daily basis.
Okay.
So some people do that other aspect for social stratification. I just want to do it. But when you go into their profitability and liquidity, you just realize that there's no money. They are not making profit. It's like taking money from somewhere else and then puffing it into this place for social stratification.
Okay.
But the people making the real money are just there, making their money quietly and calmly.
Okay.
So the film industry has really expanded, and there's no, how would I call it? There's no fence around it anymore.
It's been a very interesting conversation, very insightful, and taking our minds into what's happening, in that area, in that aspect of the Nollywood industry is quite interesting. And thank you so much for being on the show today. And there's still so much we needed to discuss because like I said earlier, he's a man of many talents. But hey, we have to go now. And well, the show continues shortly. People, stay with us.